As most of you know, Sandy has turned in a resignation. And I'd like to read a statement from the Commissioners. It is with regret that the Board of Commissioners accept the resignation of Sandy Mckenzie. Effective date of last employment is August 31st, 2012. Sandy has done an outstanding job as administrator of the Carroll County Nursing Home and now the Mountain View community. She has admitted on several occasions that she didn't do it all by herself, that it was a team effort, but who was there or who led the team in a positive way? She did. We can't forget the efforts she put in making the smooth transition from the old to the new home. Her organization skills were apparent during the successful moving day. She cut expenses and increased revenue, making the home become more efficient in its operation. She addressed employee issues in a timely manner, set up meetings with the union representatives, and her door was always open for employees and visitors. Her priority was, as we would expect, was the concerns for the residents in providing necessary services for their benefit, making sure they were given the best care. She spent extra hours in not only doing her job, but filled in on occasion when there was a shortage of staff, whether it be on a holiday or a weekend. She came to Commissioners' meetings well prepared to discuss the week happenings at the home. If she didn't have the answers, she was able to get them to us as soon as possible. We can't say enough. Excuse me. We can't say enough about this lady who has been professional in every way in serving the people of Carroll County. Thank you for your dedication, your passion, and your positive approach to the job. We surely will miss you, Sandy.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes, Jack?
Yes, Commissioner, reasonable to ask why?
Excuse, because of health reasons. Okay. I'm sorry I didn't mention that. Mr. Babson, first, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this will be the first non-public public meeting that I will have attended since I began my political career. And,
first, say this again.
Public, non-public. I don't know what you call what Mr. Perry's doing. It's non-public because the public can't contribute, but it's open to the public. So
yes,
it's a non-public.
It's not a public hearing. It's a administrative hearing.
Okay.
And it will be by, we will have a council here, and the council will swear in whoever witnesses are here.
Okay. I've got a couple of questions. Number one, will the commissioners who I thought took an unnecessary amount of attack last week with no substantiation whatsoever, and Mr. Perry, will both of you be giving your sides of the story?
Yes.
We listen to Mr. Perry, but we have no idea what Mr. Perry did to cause
that's right.
this whole
Mr.
thing.
Perry opened it up last week to the public, and so that's why this administrative hearing, everything will be laid on the table.
So we will hear.
You will hear
caused this
what
whole
he
thing.
was accused of and so forth. He has not mentioned that.
Thank you. And my other comment, I thought the Farm Day was very good. I just have one comment, and I'm sorry that the commissioners didn't enforce their own edict on political advertising. I saw people passing out information there.
I'm sorry, I was busy all during the time, and I didn't see anybody until later that somebody was passing out information.
I have no problem with them doing it. It's just that if you set the regulations, that's what somebody ought to enforce them.
Yep. Yep. Damon.
A couple things. I understand that in a grievance situation, at some point,
this gets kicked over to the delegation.
Personnel Committee.
And when does that happen? Can you just kind of walk us through how a grievance?
This is if he wants to appeal it. It goes to the chairman, vice chairman, and clerk of the delegation.
Okay.
And they will have a hearing and decide from their standpoint.
Okay. Who are the vice chair and the clerk? It's
Representative Umberger is the clerk, and
right.
Representative
Fleck?
from Wakefield is the vice chairman. Betsy Patton is the chairman.
And is there any information about the Blue Loon that the commissioners want to discuss during their reports?
No.
Later time?
No.
Blue Moon is not a commissioner.
It's not a county. It's not a county.
But it's been brought up at report time.
I know it has. For information purposes.
Right. There's no information purposes today?
No.
Okay.
No. Anybody else for public input? Yes, Maureen.
Are you done interviewing for human resources
No.
position?
We have one more today.
Thank you.
That's what's on the agenda. Do you have any other questions, Maureen? No? Okay. Any other for public input? Yeah, Mr. Rich.
Commissioner Kenny, at the July 11th meeting, you had stated the facts that the IT contract ending March 31st of 2012 stipulated that new PC installations were to be billed at $300 per installation, and that the IT contract beginning April 1st, 2012 stipulated that new PC installations were part of that contract. You then went on to ask, and I quote, with the understanding that April 1st the fee was going to be waived, but suddenly we had $1 million stuff to hook up, end quote, after which I told you I would investigate. In last week's meeting, I brought evidence that showed that we invoiced all new PC installations for last year's contract in December of 2011, not March of 2012, even though one of those invoices was not paid by the county until February 24th of 2012. And further, the one new installation that Cybertron did perform in March 2012 was in fact performed for free, even though at the time we were still under last year's contract, which allowed us to invoice for that installation. I still have a question on the table, Commissioner. Why did you twice state that there were, quote, thousands and thousands of dollars paid, end quote, and quote, in March, suddenly we had $1 million stuff to hook up?
Because that is the bill what I saw for a couple $1,000s. It was a hookup for installation fee. It was $300 a piece. It's a couple $1,000s. Most companies don't even charge a hookup fee of $300. That's a ridiculous fee. No one is doing that. You're the only company.
I disagree. It's quite a standard in our industry.
No, nobody's doing it. Couldn't find any company that's doing it. You're the only one.
Well,
they were surprised that you were charging. They couldn't believe it. They said $300 for hooking up what? And with the understanding April 1st, you said you were not going to charge it.
But again, those invoices were from December of last year, not in March. I didn't suddenly come up with anything in March. This was done months before that. Where is the thousands and thousands of dollars paid in March?
Didn't you? Well, I checked from March and I saw a couple $1,000s.
Do you have that information?
For hookup and installation.
Can I see that, please?
I didn't see the detail. I saw hookup and I saw the total numbers.
Can I have a copy of that, please? None of our records show that.
No, okay. I don't have it with me. I will bring it to you. I had a busy week.
Okay.
All done?
Thank you.
Okay. Do you have any further questions regarding that issue?
Next
comments?
time. I have two other things to bring up.
Okay. This time or next time?
Next time.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else got any public input? Yes, Mr. Brown?
Is there a policy on how grievances are to be handled?
Yes, there is.
There is. Why do all the grievances seem to be handled differently? And depending on, who's involved, you may never hear about them, or, other people, they're drawn out for 6 months. This latest grievance, this is, you got a letter from the superintendent from Belknap County? When was he here?
He was asked to investigate, and this will come out in the hearing this afternoon. I'd like to save those questions until this afternoon. I think they will be all answered. We have a list of things as they happened, and hopefully that will clear up any misunderstandings.
And who hired this attorney? I didn't ever saw anything in public session that you went out and hired an attorney.
What attorney?
You said there's going to be counsel here today.
Yes.
When and who authorized the hiring of this attorney?
This is a recommendation of our counsel and our insurance company that we have an administrative hearing and administrative counsel to swear in any of those people that are witnesses or that are giving accusations, and also the victim has their opportunity to speak.
Is this attorney from the same firm as the Kenny investigation?
What was that? Was that
Sheen and Bass? Oh, no.
Schwartz?
Schwartz, no, I don't think he's, I don't know. I don't think so.
Yes, it is.
Yeah?
It is.
I believe it is. Yes, it is. That was recommended by our attorney, Elizabeth Bailey.
She advised you to hire an attorney from the same firm.
He didn't say anything about a firm. I mean, didn't say anything about the firm. That's correct. She said hire Tom. I can't remember his name now, but he is from the same. The only thing I know about him, he was involved in our union contracts with the jail. When Mr. Flygott passed away, he took over the reins from there.
But the grievances are not being handled equally.
Well, it depends on what
who you are, and then your grievances are being, so if, that's why I asked if there's a policy that how a grievance is supposed to be followed.
One is a harassment and one is a grievance. This happens to be a grievance.
But then why aren't all the grievances being made public?
Because it's the advice of our counsel that they not be made public, except for this particular situation where Mr. Perry authorized it to become public. And so that's why we're going to have an administrative hearing so the public can hear, as well as we can then make a decision as a board.
But it's still not being followed the same. First, you never heard anything about the grievance with Chippy.
With who?
Chip Albee. You never heard anything about his grievance. How much did that grievance cost us?
What is his grievance?
With Deputy Thompson?
I'm sorry, but I'm not aware of that. If you could give me some information on it, I didn't realize.
Well, you were here. Are you saying there was no grievance?
That's correct.
You're stating for the record that there was no grievance.
I don't recall any grievance against
But see how this is...
Commissioner Albee.
If there is a policy that how grievances are supposed to be handled, then they all should be handled the same way. Talk about political schemes.
You have the grievance, your policy.
I have the
something what you
policy,
had last
exactly.
time. Maybe you can give that to me.
I got a policy right here, grievance procedure policy.
Can I get a copy of that?
Is this
Sure
for
can.
is this for the non-union? Because it said.
It doesn't matter.
It is for
If it's
everyone?
union, then it has to go through a certain procedure. This is non-union.
This is non-union?
Yep. Yes, David?
Did the commission vote to hire this attorney, this Tom, I guess his name is Tom?
No.
Okay.
Because we didn't have time.
So why was there no vote taken?
We're going to take it right now?
What's
What?
that?
Are we going to take the vote now?
We'll take a vote when we get into regular session.
What do you mean you take a vote getting a regular session? You already hired him. He's coming here today as a council.
We can cancel it if the vote is not in the affirmative. It's at 2 o'clock. It's only 12.
Because you advertise it, I mean, there is paper there now.
I set it up correct.
Yeah, you know, you didn't set it up correct. I mean, the press was invited last week. Everywhere there's papers floating around, public is invited. Everywhere it's spreading around, there's a attorney coming. He's hired. He will be here at 2 o'clock. So who called him? Who hired him?
I did,
And who gave you the authority to hire
as
him?
chairman of the Board of Commissioners.
No, because this is a board. You need to vote. Who is going to pay for it?
We're going to vote when we go into regular
Who
session.
is going to pay for it? And if I read a grievance procedure, it said a commissioner hearing, and some people had grievances, they never came before the commissioners.
'Cause they were
I want
taken
to
care
tell
of.
you once more, there's a difference between the harassment policy and a grievance policy.
Well, I have grievances here in front.
That's the grievance.
Yeah.
I like that. He'll get a copy.
Oh,
That's my copy. Yes,
Is this the
Miss-
first opportunity you've had to convene as a board to vote whether or not you hire that attorney since Mr. Perry filed his grievance
Yes.
publicly? Have you met within the last week?
no,
No.
Okay, thank
No.
you. And also on Friday, I sent over a right-to-know request, and I'm sorry, I don't know if you've talked about it yet, as I came in a couple of minutes late. I only asked for the non-public.
I have not seen it.
Okay,
Where did you send it?
to the business office, through the email.
Did you see it?
no,
No.
I don't
Did
have
you see-
access to the commissioner's email.
I have not seen it.
Okay.
If you have a copy of it, or if you were willing to go downstairs to see if they've got a copy, we can take action on it.
I'm only requesting a copy of 2 sessions minutes. I could just tell you what I was looking for, if that's
Okay?
appropriate. The September 14th, non-public commissioners meeting minutes,
Non-public?
correct? At that meeting, the commissioners voted to go into non-public for the purposes of personnel, jail security, and contracts. I'm interested only in the portion that relates to contracts.
Okay.
What was the date?
September 14th, non-public,
September.
dealing with contracts. What was the other one?
On September 21st, the Board of Commissioners voted to go into non-public for the purposes of personnel discipline and contracts. I'm only interested in the portion relating to contracts. That was it.
And you're referring to this year,
2011, yeah.
2011?
Yeah, September 14th and
Yeah.
21st, 2011.
Oh, that's right, we haven't got to
We're not
September
there
yet.